get this party started.
Very informal today. We can all eat while we're discussing, so I'm not going to make you say the prayer either. You're fine. Let's just say our Father's prayer today, please. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. Forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And our four-way test is in the right spot and it's turned the right way today. First is the truth. Second is fair to all concerned. Third, will it build goodwill or better friendship? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? All right, so let's go ahead and kick into, wait one second. We're going to kick it off with introducing our newest member and making it all official here. Angie, if you want to come on up, and Sharon, if you would be so wonderful. I'll take some pictures and I'll send them to you. Okay, cool. We'll make you multitask that much.
I'm sure we'll clap in a minute. I just wanted to.
All the clapping is welcome. So your official Rotary pin will be coming, but those are the pins coming with our packets now. There's your packet. Child-proof, sorry.
I got it.
The yellow part?
Yeah, the yellow part.
I'm ready.
All right, it has to be here.
What we lose?
You went over there.
We lost the yellow back for this little pen.
Yeah, what's up, purple?
Yellow. It just stand right
Right,
now, right?
you see it.
I couldn't get it, and when I pop off, it's really pop off. I was standing right there, and I was standing right like this. I popped it off.
Oh, right there.
Hey, good reenactment.
Must have been-
Good.
Wow.
Okay. I'm sure the video recorded that.
I'm glad you did it.
Great.
Take care of me.
Wardrobe. Fix
Wardrobe malfunction.
Well, I am super excited to officially welcome Angie to our club. Angie is with good Lord. Thanks. I got to leave. I'm gonna blame the tick. Guys.
Always blame the tick.
I can still blame the tick. Angie's with the Augusta Levy Learning Center, and we're so excited to have her here, and maybe we can partner with you more information. But she's just a really neat person, and I'm happy that we have her with us. So here is your Rotary pin. You want to wear this all the time. Mike will fine you if you don't have it on at Rotary. You get fined $1, and that goes to our flower fund.
Sounds good.
Good luck doing this every week. There we go. There. All right, so there's that. And you have a new member packet. Tells you all kinds of interesting things about Rotary, what to expect. We'd like to get you active right away and keep you happy. And I know you're going to be active and want to join in the things we do. So this will just tell you a little bit about them.
Okay.
And we're just happy you're here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. Thank you all for having me.
You're welcome.
you'll have a name badge at some point. It's been ordered, it's just not here yet.
Oh,
So
that's good.
eventually, until then, I can't find you $1. Because
Right.
it's not here yet.
So you can even pretend.
And so
that
I
you
don't
never
know.
volunteered.
All right.
Angie, I don't know if that list is in there. Mike, I told you I didn't do that list and I did it. You can't, if your phone goes off during the meeting, you get fined $1.
Okay,
And if you don't wear your badge, or if you don't wear this badge,
okay.
you get fined $1.
All right. Usually I don't have cash.
I-
I'm a debit card girl.
I was gonna say, yeah, you gotta swipe on his phone, but.
Well, numbers don't get fined. And if you address the president as President Ashley or Madam President, or you get fined $1.
Okay.
It all goes to.
Only when we're here though.
Just
This
to
is
let you
not
know,
a
it goes
normal
to-
life,
Right,
so
only
whenever I
only
see
after
you
the
anywhere else,
Because it's not,
call me.
it doesn't go to Rotary, it goes to the flower fund.
I'll donate flowers, but I'll try to follow the rules.
We use that for.
All right, so thank you all so much for participating in our photo, right after right after the meeting today.
You don't have a
I
ticket.
just went back like 20 years of my life. Wowzers. All right. We'll be heading up to drop it off at the upper end up on 2nd Street. Anybody's more than welcome to go, and we'll do a quick delivery. I'm just grateful that the rain has ceased for a little bit because I was like, oh gosh, there's not enough umbrellas to get all the stuff in and out to them and everything. But so total, and Stacy was wonderful and did all of her own donation. But the club brought in $300. And then Stacy donated stuff on top of that as well. So probably about $350 worth of items over there. And I think it's gonna make a great impact to our community, and just know that it's all gonna go to foster kids in our area. And they were really in need for babies, and it's kind of sad when you think about that, but the least we can do is provide them with some diapers and wipes and clothing. So thank you all so much. Yes.
President Ashley,
Yes, Sharon.
since you have the pictures, can you put something on Facebook like you have you every week?
Yeah.
That we meet at Perkins, blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
And just put something, a little clip about that.
You got it. I'll be happy to. Might not be till this afternoon, but I will absolutely do that. You got it. Thank you. And then, so briefly, we're not going to spend a lot of time on this because we've got a lot of fun stuff to talk about today. But I had mentioned that I would really think it'd be a great idea for us to kind of reach out to some of our current members that we haven't seen or heard of. Obviously, I know COVID scared some people away, rightfully so, but I think even before that, there were some members that we hadn't seen in a long time. So we have a great turnout today, and I wasn't thinking of overwhelming anybody, but maybe one person for each person here to reach out to. So I have a list here. I don't know if you want, how would it work best? Do you want me to read off the list right now if people aren't coming and somebody can volunteer?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that real quick. I took 3 names already that, and try to obviously pick somebody that you might personally know or have a little bit of a relationship with, so it'll be a little easier on you. Cody, you're just gonna get all of the extras. You're wonderful too, if they want to hear from you. So, and obviously, please let me know if it's somebody that's maybe like honorary that we don't need, maybe it's still a courtesy call, would still be great. But I don't know probably a third of our numbers, so just fill me in. But Walter Austin? And if anybody needs a phone number, just ask me, I got all of them. Bob already volunteered. I love this support though, this is awesome.
That's the first name.
So Brittany Birch, I'm gonna reach out to her. Stephen Bland, is it worth reaching out? And he was at our picnic and everything. I think he comes when he can. Okay, awesome, Sharon.
He won't come, I don't think, but he'll be happy to be mentioned and know we miss him.
That is wonderful. Katrina Boner.
I will.
Dorothy, we see you. We don't need to reach out because you're wonderful.
Thanks.
Teresa Chin.
I don't think we need to reach out.
Okay.
Wait.
She's down in Carolina, isn't she?
She lives in Carolina or something.
He lives in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Teresa
She's an honorary, so she might not have dues. Okay. All right. How about Joan?
I can talk to her, but I actually see her every week. She just said that she had taken on since her husband died. She had taken
We
on some-
completely understand. Just let her know that we're all thinking of her and just sending her love and prayers.
She was worried about flooding coming off the hill today to get her eggs, so she is.
I was really concerned because I feel like Cameron has just like rebuilt and cleaned everything. And I'm just praying for them. How's everything out there right now?
Actually, we didn't get the rain unless they got it beyond us. We didn't get near what we had been expecting, thank goodness.
Yes. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Frank, gone.
I can.
Mhm.
He's with, actually, him and Bob Rose are both from Almers.
Okay. Do you want to reach out to him and Bob Rose? Do you
Sure.
feel comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Thanks, Sharon.
They used to have pre-COVID, well, actually, they kind of slacked off even pre-COVID. But they had a system with Almers that there were 4 of them. It was Randy and these 2. And Mary Ellen. Yeah, and they took turns every week, one would come, so there was one person representing them. And they didn't
Yeah.
So it worked out really well. And then-
That's what I'm gonna try with Jill for WVU. Bonnie, I put you down for Lori. Just let Lori know that we're thinking of her. We love her, and I completely understand. She's up in Wheeling now. I drive past her place all the time.
I will get on to it.
Thank you. I know she was at our picnic, so it was great to see her there. Bill Harris?
Bill's a name only. He was in the Cameron Club and then he transferred to this club. He's way up in his 90s.
Was it 92 that they just had on Facebook? They
I
had
think
on
so.
92 on Facebook.
And he can't hear well, so he comes in, he doesn't hear what's going on. And he's a wonderful, wonderful actor.
Oh, I remember him coming one time. He kind of sat over here. Very nice guy, but yes, was.
He is a very nice
Yeah.
guy, but I don't think he's.
Karen Janicewski, I know she's busy. I think she knows we're thinking of her. She's been our speaker a few times and everything. How about, well, your father, of course, and he gets to
I'll
come.
reach out to him.
Yeah, but we do see him when we can, so we really appreciate that. Juno? Luna, Dr. Luna, I mean, he comes when he can. Do we need?
I think it'd be nice if somebody would reach out to you now.
I will.
Right.
Gary Martin. He's in Florida. Okay, and he's an honorary, so,
Mhm.
all right. Heather Martin? Is that daughter and father, daughter?
No.
No, they're just no relation, okay.
Now there's a United.
Yeah, Heather's been coming.
Heather, yeah, she's actually been here.
She's been here.
She was here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been
Mike McCoy?
I can talk to Mike.
Okay. Carol Miller's been here, Linda Miller's here. Paula Porter?
I thought you quit.
Yeah, she's with the realtor.
I haven't received a termination or resignation.
Oh, really?
I don't think so.
Oh.
No, anyone who sent one has been terminated, so
Is she still on that?
I think so.
Yeah, this is where I just finished this off today.
Well, all right, then, I should have reached out to her. I thought
I'll
And
reach
then-
out to Paula.
Thanks.
And let me know too, if she has communicated in the past, if it's possible something just didn't get all the way through. If she has said at some point that, hey, I'm gonna resign or something, we just need a letter that says that
Right.
she's planning, and then just get that.
I just saw her and Patty out one time ages ago, and they said they were both gonna resign. They couldn't,
Yeah, unless,
they were working in other offices on Wednesday and couldn't get here.
gotcha, yeah, unless, I think there was one other one who did, but unless there's a letter that comes to me,
Right,
I
sure.
don't have to.
Right.
So.
No.
No, we don't just like people up for no reason. Mary Ellen Rich.
I can check her with the other one. She's another Altmeyer's.
Oh, thank you. Right, it's great because as I'm going through here, so many people are either here or have come within the last couple of weeks, so that's really awesome. All right, just a few more, I think, Nancy Yoho. I know I spoke with her right before the picnic, she was retiring, but does somebody have a good relationship that just wants to say hello to her and we're thinking
I
of
can contact her.
Yeah, so she retired.
I really think that's it. That is not too shabby when you think about it all in all. Pretty awesome. All right, well, if anybody needs any contact numbers, just ask. I have it right here. We can write it down. But thank you all so much for your help.
Also, because I'll throw in a plug for DAC-TV, if you need someone's contact information, you can log into DAC-TV
Really?
and all of their stuff is there for you. I will gladly do a DAC-TV tutorial at some point if anyone is interested. not today, obviously,
That would
but
be great.
yeah, because it's a wealth of information and it's so, it's clunky, but it's
It's actually the, like, I'm not technical and I was able to navigate through it. It's kind of user friendly and
I think the
basic.
basics.
So you just go in and then you click on my club, and then if you click on club members, it just gives you a list of all 40 of
I think
us.
we just found a program too. That would be great, because I've never been in it.
You know what? And this might be kind of silly, so tell me if it is, but do we think we could do like a DAC-DB training instead of one of our speakers one day or something like that? And then get more people active on the group.
I will definitely do that.
You just let me know
How
when you're
about
available
September
the next.
28th? 29.
Give me just a second.
I think not. We have all of October or November or
Right.
December open. I know you're going to Puerto Rico though.
I currently don't have anything like that, so.
We do now.
Wow,
Okay.
well, that just all falls
Put
into
that on
place.
there,
Does that
and
work
then
for
now-
you?
Yes, I don't have anything on my calendar.
Well, that kind of leads me in, and this was down the list, but this is a perfect time for me to discuss this. So Randy has reached out to Brianna, and she is willing to step up and help all of us with the newsletter and help Brianna with the newsletter.
Awesome.
They were wondering, and I've talked with both Randy and Brianna about this, and I support this 100%, but maybe just sending out the newsletter once a month or having the newsletter once a month. We can send it out multiple times, right? But it would be the same one once a month with all of our speakers on it and then a recap. I know we want to do the birthdays, and then obviously anything else that you want to see on that newsletter, just reach out to me, Brianna, or Randy, and we would be happy to put it on
And I
there.
will tell you, just as a little background information, the reason I thought about this is because currently that newsletter, I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh, look at all the stuff I have to do, but it takes a while to create, and I'm waiting on people to send me their information, which is fine, like that, it has to happen. But I'm only getting between a 30 and 40% read rate out of our entire club. So for me to spend that amount of time, just part of like my work day and everything, in order to taking it home, only to have 30, 40% actually even open it.
Does that count people that read it on Facebook though, or just?
Facebook gets 2 engagements at most every single week. Yeah, so if you want to add 2 people to that, usually one of them is me to make sure they're going through. No one's clicking on the newsletter on Facebook, so. But that's also one of the perks of DAC-DB is it actually tells you when you send an email out, how many people have opened it,
Right,
yeah.
Oh, that's
But-
part of your training. I didn't know that.
Yep.
but it doesn't always work, because if they open it on some devices, it doesn't show up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found that out, because I asked somebody why they never looked at it, he's like, I always look at it. And then I found out from one of the district people that every device doesn't show
I know
up.
we do have an honorary member who still opens it every single time, which I think is really nice.
Aw.
The only thing about, like, I think it's nice if, like, when we have it for a week, whoever was the speaker, then that speaker should, somebody go forward it to them. And,
That's me.
okay, it's nice for them to see that they're getting that recognition.
But she can still forward it once a month, and you just have 4 sections.
Yeah.
True.
And we would still have the speaker highlight post on Facebook. So like
Oh,
usually
okay.
what I do right now is the newsletter has the speaker and then any other stuff that, and again, if you guys have something that needs to be put in the newsletter, please send it to me, because if I'm virtual, I can't catch everything. I just need it literally right in front of me. So if there's ever something, just email me and I will find a way to put it in the letter. But so the newsletter goes out every Tuesday. And I told Ashley the one day, you can tell when I've gotten all my material on time when I've asked for it, because if it goes out at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, it's been done. If it goes out later than that, I've been waiting on people to send me.
It is frustrating, I did it forever
Yes.
and ever and ever, and
Yes.
it's very frustrating.
Yes. So, but that Facebook, the speaker highlight post, I do that Wednesday mornings at 9. So that would be no problem. Still put that out and just have a collective newsletter that, hey, these are the people we had, this is what they spoke on. It just might make things a little more efficient, honestly.
I think it's fine because we're pretty fortunate that we have like a month ahead planned out who our
Yeah.
speakers are gonna be. So I think that would be the only thing that we would wanna
Yeah, and I-
know forecasting
And
is
I
coming.
think too, if there are ever any, like last week, I think it was last week, you sent out an email, requesting donations or something. It was for something, and so I put that in the newsletter, but like, we can definitely still send out like a email, like randomly or anything like that, like, so we're not saying, put everything in the newsletter or it doesn't go out at all, like, that's not that, it's just this one publication with the newsletter. It just might make it, I guess, more efficient, I think.
Everybody
Also
agrees?
restaurants.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. And Brianna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna let you just continue. I know that she actually reached out to me yesterday. She was a speaker of Weirton. Yes, was a speaker of Weirton and had a little bit different experience with Rotary and wanted to bring that to our attention, so.
Yeah, so, a part of my job at Northern, I do a lot of just outreach for, substance use intervention programs, and I was a speaker at the Weirton for a 7:30 in the morning meeting. So, but it was really nice too, because it's just interesting to see how different clubs operate and everything anyways. I've yet to be in attendance at one that actually does the same as any other club. They're all different. But as a thank you for speaking, they give me this beautiful, like, it's a drinking glass. It's like frosted and everything, and it's just really nice. And I told Ashley last night, it's like, I was still thinking about it later, but that was just like, it was just a nice thank you and placing that emphasis on that. But then it got me thinking, and I think Angie might be a perfect example of this. She's now a member after she was a speaker. If we could have almost like I don't want to say a welcome packet, but something saying, you know, here's all of our social media stuff. So follow us on social media. Also, this is where you're going to be, like your Facebook post is going to be on here. Here's a flyer about some of the things that we've done in the past year to help impact our community. This is what Moundsville Rotary is all about. Almost like it's honestly a solicitation that, hey, you just came to speak to us. Now we want you to join us, rather than, I think we tell everyone. I was thinking about this with Jill last week. Like I said, we really want you to join, but does she have that stuff to actually know? And I think it'd be something pretty simple to do, and I think it might be. I think we might see more members.
I have a welcome letter that I use. I actually just sent it to Stacey, just found it. We've obviously not been using, because I think it got lost during COVID and never picked back up again.
I will also show you in DACTV, we can upload all of our documents so everyone can use them.
That's true. But anyway, I can send you that letter if you want, and you can use that.
Yeah.
But it was like, welcome to Rotary, this is what we use when we blah, 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 but that's a great idea. And also, I think they need to have a list of our members. That used to be on the back of the newsletter and we handed it out. But yes, would look at that. Like, I've seen them really look at that.
I'd be happy. I know I just went on about doing the newsletter once a month gives me less work. I will gladly do the intro packet.
Thank you.
I don't think it would be time consuming, and that's something that's just created
Once
and I
it's
can
made,
have on
made.
hand.
I
Yeah.
think that's a wonderful idea. And we used to give over the years, because we've been members forever. Like, when
Point at me when
dinosaurs
you
started
said
Rotary. But we've given cups and glasses and
Pens.
pens and
That's what I
somebody gave a measuring thing and I laughed like, oh, that's a coaching gift and I use it all the time.
was thinking, even if it was like, I think I was talking to Sarah about this earlier, even if it's like sticky notes, like I love sticky notes and I will use those while I'm at work and still have our name and logo on that, or even if it's just like a little quick packet,
That's a
like
good idea.
here's some, Sarah will tell you I'm a pen snob, get some nice pens from Walmart and some sticky notes and just something nice like, hey, you know, thank you for doing this. This is a really nice gift, but it's also still, I think, quite affordable because I don't want to drain our pockets by any means. But just something like that to, one, show appreciation to our speakers, but then also hopefully express to them that we do want them to actually join our club.
I've been to a lot of Rotary clubs and some of them give pens like we do, some of them, and some give really nice gifts, paperweights and things, but I like mugs and things like that.
And mugs and stuff, I think the thing is like they add up. I can't tell you how many.
I know, I've got
mugs
so
I
many
have.
mugs.
So that's why I was thinking like
Sticky
something.
notes are good.
I like,
Sticky notes.
yeah, and also I tell people my love language is office supplies, so I'm very partial to sticky notes.
Well, we can even buy from the Rotary place, we can buy, like,
Yeah.
it's, I bought, I think a sticky notes that's got the 4-way test on the side.
Yeah, just something that actually has.
Is
us
that
on
Russell
there.
Hand?
Yes.
I'll be happy to look into the sticky notes. with
Yeah,
our
we
logo.
used to have a ton of pens too.
Oh, I have a ton of pens and I give those out to all the
So we
students.
could do that with,
Yeah, that, I think
Yeah.
something like that would
And then
just-
if I'm searching around and I find something else that like sparks my attention, I'll bring it to the club before I order anything else.
Everybody loves paper clips. That was exciting, but this is a silly question, but do we have a website?
Facebook.
No.
Okay, so just because this is what we're doing, like with the Levy Center, with some of our stuff is, we set up, like our annual appeal, we set up a QR code. So if you would go to like fundraisers or like when we give this out, you could have a QR code that if anybody wanted to scan in the QR code, it could take you directly to our Facebook, like our website. And then on the website, you could have the newsletter, or you could have like, we're giving to the Family Resource Center. Would you like to donate? Like with the donate button. So then it's all compact, like just right there at your fingertips. So then it might save you time on doing multiple things, because then it can be like, find a Rotary member, and here we are, like here's the Moundsville Rotary members and here's our contact information. You can set it up. I think ours is through Wix or something like that. So
Okay,
it's really
gotcha.
easy
Yeah.
to set up a
I can
website.
look into that, yeah.
And the QR code took us nothing. So even like if we're gonna do a trunk or treat or try to post COVID, but if we wanna like just pass out our QR codes, then that way you can just put that in and anybody can like go to the Moundsville Rotary page and see what we're doing in the community.
I love that. I think we need to make it as easy as possible for people to get there. You know, I hate to say this, but every Rotary Club, it's the Rotary Club of this. On Facebook, you know what I mean? So it's not always, I think ours is pretty easy because it's Moundsville Rotary
Right.
Club. But if we can make it a touch of a button, if they donate button. Oh my gosh, because that's the one thing I feel like we're lacking. When I attended some trainings, a lot of other clubs have a website, and right on their home screen is a donate button right there. So, you know, some people don't have the time, but they want to give in some sort of way.
And that could be a really good thing too, if it's a website and we can highlight photos of things we've done right next to it.
Yeah.
So, hey, look at all these great things we're doing. Now give us some
Right.
support to financially be able to continue doing this. I'm happy to look into that. I work really well on deadlines, so is there like a timeline that we're looking for?
Next Wednesday.
We have free weekends, so.
Let's say a couple weeks.
A couple
I think
weeks.
that would be
I
a
think so.
reasonable amount of time. And I'm going to ask all club members to send any and every picture you have of any of our volunteer events to Brianna.
Well, yes, and especially too, because particularly, and I'm just saying this because you just said it, our members who have been here however long, if we have older pictures, we can even create almost like a historical, like, hey, look how long we've been doing this in the community. Like, it's not just, hey, we're here, it's the age of cell phones or whatever, we've been doing
Videos together.
That could be like your video, like
We
we
could
can
do a
click on it,
video,
like here's the
exactly,
timeline of Moundsville.
I do have
Yeah.
small ones in my file. We did a presentation for our 100.
Yeah,
And
even if
I
you
have some,
just,
like,
you can either
1960.
take a photo of it and send it to me in a text, or you could email it to me. If I'm getting all this information, it might take longer than 2 weeks. But I'm happy to look into that and sort of see what we can do, what the capabilities on Wix and everything are. It's pretty easy to use, but I like that.
I'll see what I can find.
Sharon, whatever happened to all these pictures that were in the box that got passed on to the next president each year? They
I'll
just
get you the
disappeared.
information about the QR
There
code.
used to be a
I've had
place
to
down
do
there.
that.
I
have no clue.
Like, some goes to the website, there's probably a way to direct this thing back to Facebook, so it's just, do it all at once and then it goes out, like, that would be.
I knew each person cleaned it out.
For the speakers, could we do like a folder that would have, you know, the current member list, and you could do the pen, maybe like a rotary notepad, like she was saying, people like office supplies. And then in that, maybe like the application or a brochure of how to join us.
Yeah.
And then when they get it, you can present the whole thing to it, and then.
I love that. And I like things sitting on a table and remind them.
Mhm.
And you don't want to throw it away. You know, because this is like so much of time. Right. Awesome.
On your giveaway, that you're gonna give a speaker or whatever, don't you give them so much of a budget to personalize something for their year. The speaker, the speaker, like Ashley has a whatever budget. This is to give if you want to do pens or notepads. You can have your name on the president for your year. That's your term. Give it to the next person.
Pressure's on.
During that year.
So you can just go and get them now and then get reimbursed.
What happens when I?
Yeah,
buy it? Do I get a mug at the fifth speech?
You do.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, the nice thing is that, I mean, if we order extra, we always will just have a little supply of stuff that we can give out to people. If you're like extras, I like extras. Yeah, I'm happy to look into that, and I'm odd, I don't know. I don't know. We're a team, I don't want.
I like
Oh,
that
I'm the
idea.
president.
I like that idea of the current president on it, but the only thing is like when your term is over, if we still
That's
have
true.
30 extra.
Yeah, and how do you,
I think-
usually if you like ordering 100, you're gonna save money.
I think the way around that though is a lot of different nonprofit, like their boards and everything, they'll have a letter from their executive chair or their president just saying like, so your welcome letter that you were talking about, customize that to you. So it's saying, hey, you know, sincerely, President Ashley Ware.
And then easily just switch it
Yeah,
out.
and then you can just switch that out, no problem at all. And that way you still have that customization, but it's also like, it's almost making it more official too, like your speaker's getting that from the administrator. So, yeah. And you can always, if whatever letter it is, you can literally just attach your name to it. So it's not asking anyone to
I like that.
create something brand new.
Anything else you want to discuss on the speaker packet? All right, let's talk about our upcoming projects. I'll briefly discuss about the lending libraries. I know that Nan spoke with the wood shop and they would love to do both of them, right? Yeah. Okay, and then
Did you hear? I have not heard anything. I stopped this morning and he was a customer, so I'll try to stop on.
okay, so Bonnie's just gonna follow up with Ace, as she knows the owner over there, and he seemed very willing to donate the supplies, the materials for that. So I think really, once we get those and we get those donated, and then they find out when they will have time to do it in school, that is all gonna come together, and then we'll just all find a day that we get together and go put it in the ground. The one nice thing is, the one at Grandview Park, we can have the maintenance team dig the hole, and then we just fill it in with dirt together. I'm sure we could get the city to help us with the one down the river by the house. We're not
Madam
digging.
President, is there a template for the design, the boxes that they're building, the size and then dimensions?
I think that's kind of open. We put some pictures on there of what it
I
looks
saw
like.
that.
Yeah, but I think honestly, whatever,
Let me ask them, it's Eric Booth who has that department.
okay.
So I'll ask him to see. if
Nan will
he
find out
has
from the
it.
school what they're kind of looking to build for us, and then
And then
we'll
maybe
get you
you can
more
tell us what he
information.
needs.
Perfect.
The city has lending libraries at Parkview Park and at East End Park. I don't think they have to match them.
No, and they don't even
Yeah.
match. They're very unique. Yeah, Parkview, one's real colorful, you know what I mean? They all, and one has 4 posts at the bottom, one only has 3. And then I've seen one with only like a circular thing in the center, so I don't think that it matters that much, but obviously what they feel comfortable building. All right, Sharon, do you want to discuss some about the flag project?
Oh, sure. I'm having a hard time getting people to reply to me, which makes me feel a little bit better that it's not just me that's probably involved. But this morning, I heard Jess Ryan was supposed to get me in touch with the guy from St. Clairsville. And she keeps saying that she'll get him, but so far that's not working. So today she said, I'm getting out of the middle, I'm gonna give him your email and he can send you the stuff. So yay, that will be helpful. I am trying to find people's letters, like real soon. We need to have a letter that we can send out saying this is what we're doing. We're gonna start in the spring, we started with Memorial Day, right? Yeah. And it's, I mean, I just am tired right now anyway, and I'm like, oh, flags. But then Tom and I went to a doctor appointment in Morgantown the other day. We went by Cheat Lake's display when you just first start up Patterson Drive. It is so cool. But okay, yeah, we're getting. But I did find Flags for Heroes is where some of them, most of them, I think, get their flags, and it's set up for Rotary. And the example they gave on there was year 1. If you do 100 flags, it costs you $3,000. So they're apparently $30 a set from this place. And then if you charge $50 a flag, you would get 5,000. So your profit then would be 2,000 the first year. Then it would continue to build because you've got those 100 flags you don't repurchase them, you use them year after year. So that's why some of these folks are making lots and lots of money doing this project.
So do they charge the $30 every year?
For the flag,
Yeah.
we
to
buy
put
it,
back
so we
on.
have it.
Yeah.
So
If you're gonna do it at my house, I pay $30,
you pay $50.
$50, but I pay 50 every year.
Yes, yes.
That's what I
So
meant.
Okay,
thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's like a
Teamwork.
like a membership. Now, what I don't know, and I'm trying to find out, they're flags for heroes, and I thought it was for like service people, but somebody had it. It was anybody that's your hero. They could be a fireman or a policeman or just, they don't have to be anything, just somebody
Yeah.
is a hero to you. But I don't know if there's a name that goes on. You two, do I have to separate you?
If you didn't hear that, it's where Cody looks at Tom and he says, I'm your hero.
I don't know if there's some sort of a thing we put on each flag that says that, I don't
I don't think
so.
there would be, because if you're gonna change them every year, like, are you?
Well, you'd have to keep track and, yeah.
I don't, so I don't.
And if we're gonna put them all in a group, I don't know how we would do that. But that was a question I had, that I'm trying to find the answer to.
Unless you put some sort of, have some separate banners or something.
Yeah,
Like an
that'd be a
alphabetical
pain.
order type thing.
I don't think, but I don't know if somebody is spending $50, do they care if it's?
Well, it's also, where are they gonna be located?
Well, at Grandview,
Cause I know like the ones
And
in
John
front of
Marshall,
the Coliseum
I
in
know.
Morgantown.
I asked about that.
We
I
haven't
think
heard
it's-
back
I
from-
think it's still, it might be.
I just know like the ones in front of the Coliseum in Morgantown, like you can't just stop and try to find your flag or
True.
anything. So like,
that's true.
I don't know, or at least for that, that's why I think it would depend on where you're placing
That's
them,
true, because they have
because-
those ones and they have somebody in front of a bank down on Pierpont, like just off the Pierpont exit.
Yeah, like I think you would have to, it would just depend on location, if you're even
Right.
accessible.
I don't think anybody's really gonna do that.
You don't think
I
they
don't
care?
think so.
Not when there's, I mean, if there's 50 flags,
And do we want to, I think we kind of sounded like we wanted to do them in groups, not in people's
Right.
yards, which makes it easier. Fairmont does theirs at people's homes. Cheat Lake does theirs in yards, and I'm not sure about St. Clairsville. I think they might do a combination of both, I'm not sure.
I think a lot of people like to see the display though, like it's more about the display, so if
Right.
it's a place where it's like, you know, Moundsville Rotary is trying to put flags out to honor our veterans or our heroes, and then this is the display, would you be interested in purchasing a
Right.
flag to?
Well, what Fairmont does is using Glendale for an example, if somebody on Wheeling Avenue, 3 people got a flag and then it's peer pressure to get everybody else to do it. So then you go through, like Megan used to live in Shinston, and in downtown Shinston, they had them in, like placed along, and it was really cool. But yeah, I'm thinking that having them in a group would be easier and better, I think.
Is this silly? What if it's $50 for a flag to be placed in the group setting, or for an additional $10, it can be placed in your yard? And then my other question is, do we order these flags ahead of time, or do we wait and get the order forms in and then place like a large group order? 'Cause we probably don't know how many flags you want.
Right.
Especially with shipping and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Does it take a while
Yeah.
to get in?
I don't know. I don't know.
I just feel like everything right now is so delayed.
I know, it's
Oh my
hard to tell right
goodness.
now.
We're still waiting
But
on
that's
the
why we
on
need to
that
get the
front.
letter out soon.
Yeah,
so
get a
we
letter out and then get interest and then figure out what our deadline for ordering is gonna be, and then we can.
I think it would be so awesome if we could have this like letter or however, like project in by the holidays.
I
So
would like
we
to
can
have-
approach people,
well-
because I think like we're over buying like presents for most family members, but like, and something like that.
Right.
I would buy a flag for my dad. He would be
I think we
honored.
need to have the letter out. I would like to have it out by October.
That would be,
I think we need to get it out there so that we can plan, you know, make sure we have where they're going and make sure we get them ordered and have them together. And then we'll have to figure out where we're gonna keep them and all that other.
So when you're buying the $3,000 worth for like the first order, is that just flags or is that poles too?
That's the whole set.
That's the whole set.
This place you buy the set. Fairmont buys everything separately, but they have this guy that's into that. And it's cheaper because he buys poles and makes the right size poles and does all the stuff, but he enjoys it. We don't have anybody.
We don't have a
I don't
pole
think.
maker here.
I don't think, unless it's Cody.
Cody, you don't do that. You're a hero though, come on.
Cheat Lake buys the set, and it's something, I was looking at a couple of them around the Canton area, they buy the set. And I think that St. Clairsville does, I'm not positive about that yet.
I think that's the way
I
to
think,
go.
yeah, I mean.
Keep it simple, make it as
keep
easy
it
as
simple,
possible, yeah.
exactly.
Now, how long do they stay?
That's up to us, different clubs do it differently, but it seems to be the most of them put it up before Memorial Day and leave it up until after the 4th, take it down. And then they put it back up for Labor Day and September 11th. And I think they take it back down and put it back up for Veterans Day.
That's a lot of.
Or you could probably leave them up to after Veterans Day.
I was gonna say, I know the park would be fine if you left them up.
But that's like 2 months.
But what if you started
Oh,
September
yes.
11th and then go to Veterans Day?
Yeah, mowing grass.
What about Labor Day?
I was just thinking if you're gonna honor veterans and first responders, like.
True, that's
or
not
maybe
really a
even,
Labor
like,
Day thing, is it?
Yeah, Labor Day is more like a workforce.
So we can do September 11th until Veterans Day. And then some of them, in fact, I think Fairmont in the beginning put them up before Memorial Day, took them back down after, and put them back up for Flag Day. And the 4th and that was kind of like too much too soon, so they just started to leave them up, I think.
Did they do them in a group too?
Fairmont puts them in people's homes.
Yeah, so then the people are going.
Well, yeah, and they have, I mean, he's got his guys, so detailed. He's got this system that's, it's 2 feet from the curb. And they have a red cap that goes over the pole that's inserted so you can find the thing. And I mean, he's really, they got it down to an art.
Also, do we have the manpower to take poles up and down?
Cody does.
Well, not himself, the Boy Scouts.
Oh,
And then they would get, I think, $10 per flag for their service of actually putting them up and putting them down.
Okay, so if we made $2,000 first year, 1,000 would be ours, 1,000 would be theirs.
I'm just making sure that like someone's not gonna.
We're
get
still in agreement on this.
snagged.
$10
Boy
flag.
Scouts are still gonna help us.
Yes.
Awesome.
Do they know? Do the scouts know?
New
They don't
Scouts
get a
know
choice.
it.
Because, Tom is here as well. Yeah, he's our, what, vice president of our council, so, I mean, exactly, we're good, we got this. Yeah.
We got 2 votes for the Boy Scouts, all right.
So when we first talked about this, everybody was gonna be on the committee, so you are on the committee. And we'll have to meet sometime other than a regular Rotary meeting soon. But does anybody, I'm not good, I can't do the letter. I used to be able to do that sort of thing, but now I've lost it.
Could you get us some that
Trying to find
other clubs have
samples.
used?
Yeah.
I think if you can get it, I could probably produce something. I couldn't probably
Mine
just
is
create
not
something.
working out right.
I can also, I'm not volunteering for
I was
any
just
letters,
gonna say,
but
you're not allowed
but I
to.
will proofread.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You give me examples, I can make it.
Okay.
and
I will,
proofread.
yeah, I will proofread.
That's
I'm
good.
not-
I was gonna say, I'm not
seriously-
allowing you to take on another task.
I was gonna text
Well,
Sarah.
for once, it's not that I dropped the ball. I've tried, and I'm really trying to get these things, and I haven't had these.
As much as I would love to continue talking, it is 1:03. I want to get this stuff packed up and sent over to the FRN for our foster kids. Dorothy, is there anything you want to share with us? Because you've been so wonderful in joining us.
No.
No.
You're all doing wonderful stuff. Thanks.
Thank you, Linda.
Madam President, it has come to my attention that one of our active, amazing members had a birthday. And I thought it would be nice if we sang to her.
Oh, that's true, she did.
It's a very special birthday for a very special lady.
I love that idea. I will join in, but I'm not going to lead it because I'm tone deaf. So if somebody starts it, I will.
Okay, I got the nice.
Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bonnie. Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
I think the world of you. You're just amazing. Is there anything else that anybody want to share? All right.
We don't have any programs after September 29th, so if anybody has a program,
Okay.
we're in the market.
Awesome. I know we need a couple vocational still.
We need a vocational for October.
Okay. And then couple speakers.
Let me know. And keep in mind too, because I'm sitting here saying, I have all of October open, but I have feelers out, so I have people, I say that, and then somebody says, well, I want October, blah, blah, blah.
And then four
Like,
people say I have that
Yeah, and
date.
it's like, I just booked that date. So it's gonna be tentative. But yeah, if you have an idea, just let me know. And
Sounds great.
Oh, have a wonderful week.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Dorothy, have a great day. Thank you. I guess what, I'm hanging hooks up tomorrow in the treetops.
I told my daughter and she said, good job, Mom. Tell her thanks.
You got it. It's my pleasure. We'll see you later, Dorothy.
Okay.
Bye.
actually, do you have